My name is Madison Hall, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on why you should become an organ donor. So, for the introduction of this speech, I will be telling you about how every day 20 people die waiting for an organ transplant in the United States. Imagine that out of those 20 people could have been saved by a decision that you have made. So, becoming an organ donor is not just an act of generosity, it's a life-saving decision that has the power to change multiple lives. And in the speech, I'll explain why this is one of the most impactful choices you can make. So the purpose of this speech is to persuade the audience to consider registering as an organ donor, so you guys. And the preview of my main points are the life-saving potential of organ donation, the incredible need for organ donors, the myths and misperceptions surrounding organ donations, the impact of organ donations, and the families and communities. So, organ donation can literally save lives. One donor can save up to 8 people's lives through organ donation, and as many as 75 people through tissue donation. So, statistics show that in 2021, more than 39,000 organ transplants were performed in the U.S. Over 106,000 people are on the national transplant waiting list, with 20 people dying each day waiting for one. So, for example, I found this story of a successful transplant. It was a person receiving a kidney or a heart transplant who regains health, returning to family life or work. So, the power of one donor. One donor can provide a heart, 2 kidneys, 2 lungs, a liver, a pancreas, and intestine. And that's 7 lives saved, just one decision. So the incredible need for organ donations or donors. So the number of people waiting for an organ transplant far exceeds the available organs. As of now, more than 100,000 Americans are waiting for organ transplants, but only about 3 in 10 people who need an organ receive one on time. So what happens if you don't become a donor? If you don't register as a donor, you are contributing to the shortage that results in people dying while waiting. If all eligible individuals become donors, the waiting list would shrink by more than 30%. What happens if you do become a donor? Your decisions will help elevate the burden on healthcare providers and multiple families, and the short waiting time will reduce the reduction in deaths across the United States with the shortage of available organs. So now to myths and misconceptions surrounding organ donations. So myth number 1 is I'm too old to be an organ donor. Reality is there is no age limit for organ donation. Even older individuals can still donate their organs as long as they meet certain health criteria. For example, a 93-year-old woman in the UK recently donated her kidneys and saved a younger recipient. So myth number 2, I'm not in perfect health, so I can't donate, which is not true. Reality, most medical conditions do not automatically disqualify you from being an organ donor. Doctors will assess your health and at the time of death to determine the vitality of your organs. And then number 3, doctors won't try to save me if I'm an organ donor. Which is the reality is medical professionals follow strict ethical guidelines and protocols. Their priority is always to save your life. Organ donation happens only after death has been declared or pronounced on the patient. So the impact of organ donations on families and communities, emotional and social impact. So for families of donors, studies show that families of organ donors find comfort in knowing that their loved ones have saved other lives. When people see the power of donation, they feel a sense of pride and closure in the loss of a loved one. And then as for recipients only experience physical healing, but also a renewed sense of hope. Imagine how someone would feel getting a second chance of life. And then the long-term impact of organ donations is organ donors create a ripple effect in society. By saving life, they improve the well-being of entire families and even contribute to improving the local community's overall health. Cultural and ethical perspective. Organ donation is culture of altruism. In many cultures, it is seen as a way of giving back to society and leaving a legacy of kindness. So, the importance of organ donation is becoming an organ donor is more than just filling out a card. It's a choice that has the potential to save lives, offer hope, and create a lasting legacy for your family. So today, I encourage you guys to take a few minutes and register to be an organ donor. Visit your local DMV or go online to register with the state's organ donor registry. It only takes a moment, but the impact can last a generation. I personally am an organ donor. So you guys should not waste this opportunity to give the gift of life. After all, one life saved may be a life of someone that you do love. And thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this.